Hello, that was a good intro, wasn't it? Well, what would you say if I said we were about to show you 8 video game intros that were even better? What was that? Just get on with it. Okay then. I don't know if you remember the year 2001, but it was disappointingly nothing like the Stanley Kubrick film on which it was based. One good thing to happen, however, was the arrival of Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty on PS2, and what an arrival. Hideo Kojima and his team conjuring an intro sequence that contained 3 amazings: New York, Solid Snake, and a cheeky reference to the Terminator. As a bonus amazing thing, Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty also saw the debut of long-standing series composer Harry Gregson Williams, one of the first top-class Hollywood music men ever to make the leap over to video games. And at the time, the combination of Gregson Williams' rousing notes and Kojima's eccentric flair was, for want of a cleaner phrase, bloody amazing. Snake then slams into the deck of the tanker like some sort of better than Arnie, a great way to kickstart 90 odd minutes of stalking through tight corridors and snapping men in the neck. Let's ignore the other 90 minutes he spends on the phone to Otacon.
You know how the technical specs of Metal Gear were sold on the black market after Shadow Moses?
Yeah, blah blah blah, next. Hello from 1997, a year I've illustrated by taking off my glasses and putting on this baseball cap backwards and a bit to the side. And also by this. Oh man, like when Barack Obama was inaugurated and Shane Ward won the X Factor, everyone remembers where they were when they first played Final Fantasy VII.
In my bedroom, I think, in front of my TV.
I was in my bedroom in front of my TV.
I was in my bedroom in front of the TV.
And no wonder everyone remembers. What an intro. The bit that blew everyone's mind out the back of their new to 32-bit heads was when a CG train pulled into a station manned by in-game engine soldiers while the CG sequence was still running. It's just hella fly, wicked, talk to the hand, Final Fantasy VII, because the face is just too amazed. And then Cloud twirls into action like a blonde, spiky badass, and the best game in the world ever begins.
No, the combat system is quite complicated, isn't it? So maybe right up front we should have some kind of tutorial. What do you?
Right off the bat, we could maybe, like, the first thing you do could be like smashing a whole bunch of
crates
or something.
Crates, yeah. What do you think?
Just get him on a ship, and it's raining, and it's monsters piling in from all over the place, and they're like, and Kratos smashes them into nothing, and he's like, and all you're doing is pressing square, and the music is like, and it's just like a movie, and then a Hydra comes out of nowhere, and Kratos is all like, oh my god, I'm gonna kill it now, and he goes and he smashes it in the face, and he pulls it down with his chain in the eye, and he comes down, and its mouth goes right through that flipping thing, and he impales it, and he's killed it. Welcome to God of War.
Huh? Yeah.
It could work.
Yeah, it could work.
Hell yeah, it worked. God of War's intro was the intro that took all the other intros and kneed them right in the tutorials and then ripped their head off. Probably in first person, from the viewpoint of whoever it was who was having their head ripped off. As an intro, it's a rapid explosion of high-density energy and action that I can only liken to the Big Bang, with the one difference being that eventually the Big Bang cooled down a bit and stuff then emerged, like gas and light and existence as we know it. God of War doesn't cool down. It's a rapidly expanding soup of muscles and roaring from the moment you yank a mythological monster's head off, right up until you stick a massive sword through a god's face. What a game! Next, we've got a game that takes a slightly different approach to introducing you to its main character. It kills them. Mass Effect 2 doesn't just kill Commander Shepard, it blows up his or her ship, the very ship you spent all of Mass Effect 1 making properly awesome, and then sucks you into the infinite vacuum of space to burn and die. The end. No, not really. Of course it's not the end. Mass Effect 2 then rebuilds Commander Shepard skin fibre for skin fibre in what is undoubtedly the most ridiculous but brilliant main character sequel reset in the history of video games. Then of course you get to play around with all the face sliders. I mean, let's make it a bit realistic. He has just been killed by space. He's gonna look a bit rubbish, isn't he?
I just woke up. You probably know more than I do.
It's the haunting silence of that inescapable vacuum that sears this opening sequence into our memory, however. Sound is sucked away, along with all hope, into an infinite void. A bit like all the air being sucked out of this Dave balloon from our Apocalypse video. The intro to Mass Effect 2, everybody. Right, let's play a game that I've just invented right now. Dave's very excited. It's called Guess the Intro, basically where I read out a bunch of stuff and Dave has to guess which game it is from. Right then, for £0, are you ready? Okay, some people in a boat arguing about rowing. A lighthouse with religious posters all over the place. One of those stupid old telephones that you have to pick up with two hands. A dead man with a bag on his head. An automated rocket chair that launches you 15,000 feet into the air. It's BioShock Infinite, you dunce, which for me trumps even the original BioShock's Rapture reveal, thanks to it looking like this.
Hallelujah.
Alleluia indeed, and welcome to Rollercoaster Kill Kill Funtime Land, or Columbia as the game likes to call it. This is one of, if not the best introductions to a setting I've ever seen. The golden light, the religious symbolism, the immediate descent into the bowels of Rollercoaster Kill Kill Funtime Land that's eerily suggestive of the horrors lurking beneath the city's heavenly facade. Talking of grand reveals for beautiful video game worlds, does anyone remember this one? It starts, as most brilliant things do, with Sir Patrick Stewart.
I have seen the gates of oblivion, beyond which no waking eye may see.
And then some red oblivion-y monsters snarl and look mean, and then the camera pulls out and... Welcome to Tamriel. You can go anywhere, do anything, kill anyone. But first, you have to trudge through a sewer and kill some rats. Deal? Deal. Plus the confined dankness of Oblivion's opening is absolutely deliberate, as it heightens the wow factor of when you first open that door and emerge blinking into the golden light of an amazing world. By the night. Remember this? Of course you do. It's Resident Evil 4 with the most perfectly precise, impeccably paced, balls-out scary opening in the history of ever. A terrifying, multi-tiered playground of diseased Europeans all baying for Leon Kennedy's blood. And let's not forget the most famous character of all, horrible baghead Chainsaw Man. The sound of that chainsaw is utterly chilling. Plugging him full of shotgun rounds only to have him stagger back to his feet and charge, knowing you're running out of places to hide. I'm going to my happy place. I'm going to my happy place. 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 Right then, time for our last intro now, and in terms of being thrown in at the deep end, this one is right up there with Nathan's first day at medical school. The video game equivalent is obviously dangling off a train that's dangling off a cliff right at the start of Uncharted 2. Literally the first steps you take are not even steps. They're desperate, scrambling handholds over a yawning, snowy chasm while the carriage splinters and lurches towards instant death. And even now, it looks amazing. What follows is a masterful bit of in-game storytelling, setting up the initial museum heist, introducing you to Foxy Chloe and Slimy Harry, while simultaneously making you drag your guts around in the snow and shooting people. What an intro, what a game, and I very much hope you enjoyed this video. To see more like this, check out the links on screen right now, and don't forget to subscribe. There won't be a Friday feature next week because we're all out at Gamescom, so check back in 2 weeks' time for gaming moments that made us cry.